Sometimes when a garment does not come out right, the hardest part is not even fixing it. The hardest part is knowing where the problem actually came from. Because you can look at the same garment and ask yourself, was my block wrong? Did I adapt the pattern badly? Did I sew it incorrectly? Or was it the fabric, the measurements, or the cotton? And before you know it, you are changing everything all at once. You take in the side seam, lower the armhole, reshape the neckline, change the darts, or you start blaming the fabric, your body, or your sewing. But because you never diagnosed the actual source of the problem, the next garment you make still comes out with another issue. So in this video, I want to show you how to start telling the difference between a block problem, a pattern adaptation problem, and a sewing problem. Because once you know where the problem started, you can stop fixing blindly and start fixing much more intelligently. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make in pattern drafting is treating every garment problem the same. If the armhole is tight, they immediately scoop it lower. If the waist is loose, they immediately take in the side seam. If the neckline is gaping, they immediately remove some fabric from the shoulder. But not every issue should be solved at the same place where you see it. Sometimes the problem appears at the neckline, but the main cause of the issue is the bust shaping. Other times, the problem appears at the side seam, but the cause is the block balance. Sometimes, the problem appears after sewing, but the paper pattern was actually fine. And sometimes, the sewing looks bad because the pattern gave the fabric no proper way to behave. That is why diagnosis matters, because if you fix the symptom without understanding the source, you may create a new problem somewhere else. When a garment does not work properly the way I expect it to, I like to think of the problem in three layers. Layer one, the block. Layer two, the adaptation. Layer three, the sewing and construction. The block is your foundation. It is the base pattern you're starting from. The adaptation is what you do to turn that base block into the actual design. And that may include moving darts, adding flare, changing the neckline, adding style lines, creating panels, changing the sleeve, or adding volume. Then the sewing and construction layer is how the pattern is cut, assembled, pressed, supported, finished, and handled in fabric. These three layers are connected, but they are not the same. And that's very important because a block problem needs a block correction. An adaptation problem needs a pattern correction, and a sewing problem needs a construction correction. So if you mix them up, you may keep correcting the wrong thing. Now, let's start with the block. A block problem means the foundation is already not working before you even add the design. So if your basic bodice, skirt, sleeve, or trouser block does not fit properly, any design you build on top of it will carry that weakness forward. This is why a block problem can be so frustrating, because you may think the new design that you're trying to draft is the problem, but really the problem was already inside the foundation. And signs of a block problem usually show up consistently every time you sew. For example, if every bodice you draft has armhole issues, that may be a block problem. If every sleeve you attach twists or feels uncomfortably, that may be a sleeve block problem. If every skirt you draft has the same hip pulling, waist looseness, or side seam imbalance, that may be a skirt block problem. If every trouser you draft gives you the same crotch or hip problem, that may be a trouser block issue. The key word here is every. So just take note of that, because if the same issue keeps repeating itself across different designs, you need to stop blaming each individual design you make and go back to the block. And it is for this main issue that my pattern drafting foundations course exists, because the block is like the root of a tree. If the root is wrong, the branches will keep growing with the same problem. So ask yourself, does this issue happen even in a simple or basic version of the garment I'm trying to make? Does it happen before I add the style details, or does it keep coming back in different designs? If you answered yes to all of this, you may be looking at a block problem. Let's use armhole tightness as an example. If you draft one top and the armhole feels tight, it may be the design. Maybe the armhole was raised too much, or the sleeve cap has too much tension, or maybe the fabric has less stretch or give than you expected. But if almost every bodice you make has this same armhole discomfort, especially even simple bodices, then the issue may be coming from the block. Maybe the armhole depth is not right, maybe the shoulder slope is not right, the across back or across front measurement is not balanced, or maybe the bust shaping is pulling the fabric towards the armhole. At that point, fixing only the new design will not solve the deeper issue. You need to correct the foundation, because every adaptation you create from that block will inherit the same weakness. Now let's talk about adaptation problems. An adaptation problem happens when your block is fine, but something goes wrong when you turn it into a design. This is very common because a design is not just a block with decorations added on top. Every design change affects the pattern. When you lower a neckline, you may need contouring. When you move a dart, you need to control where the fullness of that dart goes. When you add flare, you need to decide where the flare will start from. When you add gathers, you need to decide how much volume or gathers you want, or where it should be distributed. When you create a style line, you need to decide whether that line is just visual or whether it is also shaping the garment. So if the block fits well, but the problem appears only after you adapt the design, then the adaptation is where you should investigate. And this is where many people get confused. They have a good base block, but the moment they try to create a style, the garment starts misbehaving. Then they think maybe my block is wrong, but that's not always the reason, because sometimes your block is fine. You just asked the adaptation to do something it was not properly planned to do. Let's use neckline gaping as an example. Imagine your basic bodice block fits well. The neckline sits properly. The bust area fits well. The shoulder is balanced. Then you decide to create a wider or deeper neckline. Now, after sewing the new design, the neckline starts gaping. That does not automatically mean your block is wrong. It may mean the neckline adaptation was not controlled. Because when you open up a neckline, especially around curved areas of the body, you may need contouring. You may need to remove excess fabric from that neckline. You may need to transfer some shaping. You may need to add facing, stay tape, lining, or stabilization. So if you simply cut the neckline lower or wider without controlling it, the fabric may not sit close to the body anymore. So in that case, the problem is not the block. The problem is the adaptation, because the design change created a new fitting requirement and the pattern did not answer it. So when a design change creates a new problem, ask yourself, did I place the volume correctly? Did I move the darts correctly? Did I control the neckline? Did I distribute the fullness properly? Or did I give the design enough seam lines, shaping, or supports? And those are the most relevant adaptation questions you need to ask. Now let's talk about sewing and construction problems. This is where the paper pattern may actually be fine, but something happens when the garment is cut or sewn. A sewing problem can come from cutting inaccurately. It can come from not marking properly. It can come from stretching the fabric while sewing. It can come from using the wrong seam allowance. It can come from not pressing while sewing, and this it's a common one. It can come from sewing the pieces together slightly off balance, and it can come from not stabilizing an area that needed support. So if the pattern looked correct on paper and the twirl or garment becomes distorted during sewing, you may be dealing with a sewing or construction issue. For example, a neckline can gape because the pattern adaptation was wrong. We established that before. But a neckline can also gape because the neckline edge stretched during sewing. And those are two different problems. If the neckline was not stay stitched, stabilized, or handled carefully, the fabric can stretch out of shape. Then you may blame the pattern when the real problem was construction. Another example is a dart. A dart may be positioned correctly on the pattern, but if it is sewn too long, too short, too sharp, or not pressed properly, it can create a bump or drag line. Again, this does not always mean the pattern is wrong. Sometimes the execution is what changed the results. Let's say your side seams are not matching properly now, for example. Before you immediately redraw the old pattern, check the construction first. Were the pieces cut accurately? Were the seam allowances the same? Did one side stretch while sewing? Did the fabric shift under the sewing machine? Did you match the notches correctly? Or did you press the seams properly? Sometimes a garment looks unbalanced because the pattern is wrong, but sometimes it looks unbalanced because the sewing changed the shape of the pieces. This is why marking, notching, stay stitching, pressing, and careful handling matter while sewing. They are not just finishing details, they are there to protect the pattern decisions you already made on paper. So, how do you diagnose this practically? Here is a simple order I want you to remember. First, check the block and ask, did the basic block fit before I added the design? Have I seen this same problem across multiple garments I made? Does the issue exist even in a simple version of this design? If the answer to all of this is yes, just go back to the block. Second, check the adaptation and ask yourself, did the problem appear only after I changed the design? Did I move a dart, lower a neckline, add flare, or add volume or create any new style line? Did that design create a new fitting or structure need? If you said yes to all of this, then check the adaptation. Now, third, check the sewing and construction and ask, did I cut accurately? Did I mark the pieces properly? Did I sew with the correct seam allowance? Did the fabric stretch? Did I press properly? Did I stabilize areas that needed support? So if the paper pattern was fine, but the fabric changed during sewing, check construction. However, the order matters. Block first, adaptation second, sewing third. Because if you jump straight to sewing when the block is wrong, you keep trying to polish a weak foundation. And if you blame the block when the adaptation is what is wrong, you may damage a block that was actually working. And if you blame the pattern when the sewing distorted the fabric, you may redraw a pattern that did not need to be redrawn. This is why making tools or test fits is so useful, because a tool is not just there to prove that the garment fits. It helps you diagnose where the problem is coming from, but only if you use it properly. So if you make a tool and immediately start pinching random areas without asking what layer the issue came from, you may still end up guessing. So when you look at your tool, don't just ask, how do I make this fit? Ask yourself, is this a foundation problem, a design adaptation problem, or a sewing and handling problem? Because that one consideration can make your fittings much more useful. Because the goal is not just to fix one garment, the goal is to understand what the garment is telling you. And one of the worst things you can do when a garment fails is to change everything all at the same time. Because if you change the armhole, the side seam, the dart, the neckline, and the sleeve all at once, you may not know which correction actually solved the problem. Or worse, one correction may solve one issue and create another issue. This is why your diagnosis has to be strategic. Change one major thing at a time where possible. Take notes, mark the tool, compare it to the paper pattern, ask what the issue is connected to. If the same issue repeats itself, go deeper. Don't just keep patching the surface, because that is how you build real pattern judgments over time. This is also why your foundations matter so much, because if your block is weak, your adaptations become harder. And if your adaptation is unclear, your sewing will just keep fighting the pattern. But when the block is reliable, the adaptation is accurate, and the sewing is cleaner, the whole garment becomes easier to understand. This does not mean you will never make mistakes, because you will, and every fashion designer and pattern maker makes mistakes sometimes. But the difference is that you start knowing how to read a mistake and go from condemning yourself to now looking at a garment problem and say, okay, this looks like a block issue, or I think this happened after I changed the neckline, so I need to check the adaptation, or the pattern was fine, but I stretched the neckline while sewing. And all of this is a completely different level of learning. If you're watching this and you know your foundation blocks are still the part you struggle with most, my pattern drafting foundations course can help you, and it's linked in the description box below. The course is for people who already know how to sew but struggle with drafting reliable foundations and keep running into fit issues because of that. And if your bigger struggle is breaking down designs before drafting, you can also download my free design decoding guide. Both links are in the description box below. Start with the one that matches where your problem is right now. If your blocks are weak and you're having fit issues, start with the foundations. If your blocks are okay, but you struggle to understand designs, like how to break it down, start with the design decoding guide. So the next time a garment does not come out right, don't rush into blaming everything. Just pause, diagnose, and ask, is this a block problem, an adaptation problem, or a sewing and construction problem? Because the better you get at identifying where the problem came from, the better you become at fixing it. And that is what helps you grow from someone who just follows steps to someone who truly understands what is happening in the garments. Because pattern making is not just about drafting lines, it is about learning how to read the relationship between the body, the design, the pattern, and the fabric. And once you can read that relationship more clearly, your corrections become stronger, your garments become cleaner, and your confidence starts to grow. And that's it from me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.